Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Well, it's the Champions League draw for the last 16, and as usual we have to wait. I mean, the draw was supposed to start at 11 o'clock UK time, 12 o'clock Central European time, and as usual it's not started. They're having their old chit chat and inviting guests and showing clips. Who knows when it's going to start. So I'm just going to wait for that to start, and we'll give you my live reaction. Just to let you know, there's only 4 teams that City can play in the next round, because we can't play against Lyon because we played them in our group, and we can't play against the English teams. And so the 4 teams that we could play are Atletico Madrid, we could also play Ajax, Roma or Schalke. Now a lot of fans seem to want Schalke because Schalke, I think they only scored 6 goals in 6 group games to qualify, and they're perceived as one of the weaker teams. People are a bit scared of, obviously, of Atletico Madrid, very strong team for many years. Roma, a decent side, they got to the semi-finals last year. And Ajax have looked quite decent, and it'll be very interesting. I think a few of our fans want to play Ajax just for the quality side of things, the technical ability side of things, and also to get a trip to Amsterdam and to watch Matthijs de Ligt and Frankie de Jong play, 2 players who are of big interest to clubs around Europe, especially City and Barcelona. So they're still chatting away. I'm just checking the time. I mean, it must be 15 minutes gone, yeah, 10 minutes passed, and they're still chit-chatting, so we'll just keep waiting. Just got to let you also know that VAR is going to be an implementation, it's going to be implemented for the last 16, and I think it's years too late. Should definitely have happened a long time earlier. You know, we do need correct decisions, especially the big decisions, penalty decisions, offsides that lead to goals, red cards, yellow cards, whatever. On the big important decisions, we do need VAR, because, you know, even with those extra assistants behind the goals, it's useless. You know, refs generally don't want to take some of the dodgy, or not say dodgy, the difficult decisions at times, and they're making bad choices, and it affects everybody. I'm not just going to say it from City's point of view. You know, we suffered last year. Many teams suffer, and some of them outrageously. And you know, guys who should be red carded stay on the pitch to score. That's horrendous. That's not fair, and you can't. As some people say, oh, it evens itself up during the season. It doesn't. You know, someone who should have been red carded doesn't and scores a goal, and that's the winner. How's that going to even itself up in this knockout competition? It can't, and it won't. So I think it's you know, well beyond time. It should have happened many years ago. But here we are. Fingers crossed. You know, every time you think they're about to start, they keep chit-chatting and keep on talking away. So I'm just going to, you can probably hear in the background, I've got the laptop going, and I'll be flipping across to that just to see the draw. They're still going through the rules and who can play who. So sit back, I'll have a sip of coffee. Like my mug? I might as well show you this because he's still chatting. It's my Mickey Mouse mug. Obviously I've got a City mug, but this time it's Mickey Mouse, a cup of coffee.
Let me hand the floor back to Jojo, as we are ready.
Hey, they said we're ready. Hey, let's go. Fingers crossed they won't keep chatting, but I'm sure they've got excuses to keep chatting. So the runners-up are drawn first, so let's have a look at this. This is where you'll find the Spurs, Liverpool, Man United, Roma, Lyon, who we beat overall. We finished top in the group, but we never actually beat them, and they beat us at our place and give us a really tough time at theirs. And I think we were lucky to get anything out of that game, and that's what really helped us to finish top of the group. So all the rolling the balls, getting exciting. Who do you want, guys? You know, I'll take anybody. I mean, I'd love Ajax. It'd be nice to go to Amsterdam. Roma, it'd be nice to go to Rome. Atletico Madrid's wonderful. City. So yeah, just really, really exciting. So Schalke, the first team out. Love to go back to Germany for a trip. A lot of fans went out to Hoffenheim. So Schalke. So let's have a look. So Schalke. Is it going to be City? Very exciting. Rolling the balls. Come on, Schalke. Come on.
Drawn against
Manchester City. First out, Schalke. Well, let's be quite honest, I think that's probably, with their current form, the easiest of the draws. As I said, 6 goals in 6 Champions League games. The lowest scorers to get through. Just means, without looking at all their results, they've got to have a reasonably tight defence. But we're too good. We've got a great defence. We've got a great attack, so we should be penetrating their defence several times, hopefully. And if they're not scoring many goals, that's I don't think we could have asked for a better draw, in all honesty. So we'll keep going through the draw, because it's going to be interesting to see who the other teams draw. So Atletico are the next team out of the hat. So let's have a look who Atletico are drawing, who they're going to play. It's going to be a group winner against Juventus. Big game. Another interesting thing, just to remind you, that we'll be playing in Germany first. So we're playing in Schalke first against them. At their place, and the second leg, the return leg, is in Manchester. Here we go, Man United. Next one's out. So who they're going to get? Who do you want them to get? They can get Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. You'll laugh. Let's have a look. Bayern Munich, and you can get anybody. All hard teams. Dortmund, PSG. They'll get Porto. Fingers, if they get there, look, they'll get Porto, or Liverpool will get Porto. I can see one of those two getting Porto. Let's have a look. United. Spent Force. Paris Saint-Germain. Okay. might go to that game. Might see if I can get a ticket in in the PSG home end. Be very interesting, especially if United has struggled in the first leg. PSG, was it what they just said? 17 goals in the 6 group games. So it's going to be tough for United, but hopefully they'll get put in their place. They got put in their place yesterday by Liverpool. City have done it already this season. United struggling in the league. The has-beens, well, I think Jaws will be gone towards the end of the season once they get knocked out by PSG and can't qualify for the top 4 and get into the Champions League next season. I can see him going, because they're only after money. Spurs are next out of the hat, and will they be in their new stadium by then? Who knows? It's despicable, disgusting. Ooh, it's despicable and disgusting that they've not got their stadium ready yet, and they're playing Borussia Dortmund. Now, Borussia Dortmund, old boy Jadon Sancho, he's playing there. And I think Dortmund are comfortably top of the German league, playing really well in Europe. It's going to be a tough game for Spurs. But they got through against Inter when they had 1 point after 3 games in the group stage, and they managed to get through. So who knows what they can do. So let's have a look at who's coming up next. Lyon, some great players, young players. This Tanguy Ndombele, there's Aouar, I don't think I'll ever say his name right. There's people who like Nabil Fekir, there's Fernand Mendy. Some very decent players they've got. Let's have a look who comes out. Barcelona. Lyon versus Barcelona. I think that could be the end of Lyon. Messi working wonders for Barcelona again. He's had 3 or 4 weeks out with a broken arm, and yet he's a top goal scorer around the top 5 leagues in Europe, and the top assists. I think he's got 14 goals, 14 league goals, and 10 assists. That's a lot of goals and assists for a guy who could only make 5th in the Ballon d'Or. It's ridiculous Ballon d'Or is these days. So let's have a look. Roma are out next. Could it be? Who could Roma get? Let's have a look. Porto or Bayern, by the looks of things. Be very interesting. Roma. just
FC Porto.
FC Porto, Roma versus FC Porto. It's a good draw for Roma. That gives them a decent chance to get through. There's, if you remember, Edin Dzeko, our old boy, playing for them, and Alex Kolarov as well. So, and I'm sure Alex wishes you a very Merry Christmas.
First pairing
Okay.
is
Have another
FC Ajax.
Ajax, great
Ajax
team.
Amsterdam. Ajax Amsterdam.
Ajax in Amsterdam.
Winners,
Remember
and
Frankie
for
de Jong
Ajax,
and Mathis
Amsterdam,
Ligt.
we only have one possibility.
Ajax can only play Real Madrid. Wow.
What Luis
Wow, wow,
Garcia
wow.
is showing us in a second.
Real Madrid.
Real
Ajax,
Madrid.
versus
So,
Real Madrid.
Liverpool escape Real
So,
Madrid.
With this, we've almost completed
Almost
our
done.
lineup.
So, only
for
two
the,
teams left,
round of
by the looks of
16.
things.
One pairing to go.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, of course, is the first team drawn in this pairing.
Is it Bayern Munich left?
The second
Just trying to
team,
remember. You know. Have I fired 6 bullets or 7 bullets? In all this confusion, I don't really know.
FC Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, what a game. Liverpool against Bayern Munich. So, well, Bayern aren't doing that good in the German league. Are they 3rd or 4th so far this season? Well off the pace. I'm just looking at Ian Rush and his chops, his sad chops. So, I don't care about UEFA now. Turn that off. So, get rid of that in the background.
Some of the reaction out there on social media, I think.
Let's turn that off. Well, guys, there you have it. City drawn out first against Schalke. As I said earlier, probably the easiest of the draws. Fingers crossed we can do the business and get through to a decent level in the Champions League. But there's going to be some obviously big clubs in the quarterfinals. And let's see. It's come February, we'll be here before you know it. And fingers crossed, a lot of our injured stars will be back at it. We saw Kev back at the weekend. Sergio will be back. David hopefully be back, and hopefully we'll be just about at full strength. Mendy might be back by then. I'm not sure he'll be ready to play, but we'll be just about at full strength by then. And let's see how it goes. See you around, Blues.